Alrighty. We at what, episode 2 or 3? I got a list of things to even address. Good afternoon, good day. I hope y'all are chilling. I hope y'all are wherever you're watching me from with just some AC, a beverage, some food, some comfort, and some good vibes. And if you haven't had a good vibe in your life today, yesterday, or in the week, you got one now with me. So we're here. But hey, y'all, it's been a minute, and I'm trying to get into the mood of uploading more and being on a schedule with myself. But life has been lifing. It really has. It's been like, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster of life, but I think this is a venting, like what I talked about before, this is going to be a venting session for me and a healing process for me with just explaining everything. So we're going to get into this one by one. I got 3 topics today, so let's get into it. First one, hope you got your water, because I have mine. Why did I take so long to upload? Who, child? Where do I start? I took so long to upload because, as some of you know me, I'll just re-explain. I worked at 11 to 7 at a supportive housing building in the Bronx. And I took that job starting from 2022. And I was a house manager overnight. So if you don't know what a house manager is, it's like basically I'm like security, but with a little razzle dazzle. Let me explain. As with security, it's like I'm watching the building for a whole 8 hours, sometimes 16 hours alone. You know, there's case managers and, you know, other workers in the building throughout the day, but I will watch the building at night. So if there's a leak, if there's a flood, or if a tenant is about to fight another tenant, who's responsible? Right. So I did that with multitasking my degree that John Jay has yet sent me. That's another time. They sent me the digital version though. Grateful, but I need my actual, you know, in my hand, my physical copy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, for the 2 years, 2 to 3 months, 2 years and 2 to 3 months I've been at the 11 to 7, your girl Mel has been exhausted. I've been tired. There's nights at that job that I would cry when nobody would be around to see me in the staff lounge, because let's just take a minute to put yourself in my shoes. Okay? Just close your eyes, hold on to your leg. I don't know what you need to do, but just pretend that you're inside of my situation. You're in my situation. Was my situation. You work in 11 to 7. You got school at 8 o'clock in the morning in the city. It's in-person classes. You have about 2 or 3 from the 11 to 7. Your only off day was Friday, but you still have to be at work at 11 o'clock on a Friday. You still got homework. You have an internship. Your internship is across the Bronx, far from your job. So by the time you get off your internship, you going home to sleep for 1 hour to hop in an Uber to then go to your job and be up for 7 or more 8 hours that you don't even have a capacity for. We're still having to finish papers and discussion posts. That's something we have to do, like, you know, in a part of homework, all of that. Make sure your average is fine. Communication with your professors, communication with the job. And if you don't send something right out with the job, they feel like you incompetent because you might have missed something or you might have misinterpreted something. But meanwhile, you hanging on by a thread. And nobody or their mama give a fuck about you but your mama, and God cares. And you just getting tired and tired and tired. Then you graduate with your bachelor's degree. Yippee, great. But do you think that your job was supposed to, right? I thought my job would have, you know, offered me a position. Oh, Mel, we have a case manager position, because I would like to do case management, because my long-term goal is owning a shelter for mothers and daughters, or collaborating in New York City with my own shelter, or just having something like that. And I would like to be a director as well. That's one of my long-term corporate goals. I'm speeding like a motherfucking bad. What's wrong with me? There's so much going on. So imagine you finish your degree. You're expecting your job to help you. And month, 2 months go by. Nobody ain't say nothing to you, but wait, hold up. You're in communication with HR. You're inquiring about jobs. You're sending your resume out to HR like, hey, I'm ready to, you know what I'm saying? 2 years, 2 months and a month and change after, so about 3 months and 2 years on an 11-7, and your job doesn't want to switch you. Would you not go bonkers? Or would you lose your mind? Would you feel like motherfuckers don't see you? Take a minute. I'm gonna give you some time, because that's how I felt. I felt like nobody appreciated me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm staying, my job was just, you never had a job that just didn't see you or see your gifts for what you can do. Like I got my bachelor's in science from John Jay. My major is human services and community justice. And my minor is in counseling. So I'm using skills I'm, getting from the school, right? And I'm using them at the site that I work at, that site that I was at, to help the tenants better, to do my job better, to give people what they need, because that's my job. HR wasn't seeing that. Directors wasn't seeing that. So you know what I had to do? I was out like a thief in the motherfucking night, bitch. I was out. Your girl was out. I got tired. But let's speed it up to why I really got to my breaking point. So there's a tenant, he had COVID. My days off were Tuesday and Wednesday. So I came back on a Thursday night, and I leave Friday morning and do it all over again for 5 more days. Nobody notified me that this tenant had COVID. I was very close to the tenant. There was nothing written at the front desk. And I wasn't even talking to any of my co-workers, because I've had to put a few of them in their place, because I don't know who they think they're talking to. But it ain't me. So we don't really speak, but we kind of speak. You know what I'm saying? But not even a letter and email. Oh, Melissa, there's a tenant that has COVID. Please take precaution. Did you think somebody even called? Nada. But then I'm going to come home and I can get my mother sick, or I can get sick, and then I got to be on sick leave. Like, I don't got things to do. And people are still getting COVID-19. Like, it's a very serious issue. You know what I'm saying? I was heated. Then the tenant, that ain't even a half. That same tenant that had the COVID I just told you about, he threatened me and started a bang, bang, bang in front of my face. Like, we have the sliding glass door. And he would bang, 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 bang. And he called me like, oh, you a itch and you suck dick and da-da-da-da. And he started to bring out, like, his Jamaican accent, like, yeah, da-da-da-da. Like, I'm Trinidadian. You know what I'm saying? I could bring it out. But I wasn't in the mode. I was like, is this mother serious? Is this person serious? Mind you, I've helped this tenant. I've talked to this tenant's family on his behalf. I've been very helpful. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that went out his head, and the threatening, like, he real life threatened me. He tried to, like, we have a sliding glass door. Just imagine you're at a desk. I had a sliding glass door, maxi glass. Then right here was like a gate to like a booth. So you're unlocking this thing, you're coming in. This tenant tried to unlock the booth and fake threatened me, talking about, you don't want me to get crazy. You don't want me to. Like, it was so much. I had to call NYPD. They came. Then the tenant wants to apologize to me. I'm just like, just go upstairs and you have a good night. You know what I mean? But just my kindness taken for weakness. Just my efforts had been unseen. I would cry in the staff lounge every other night and say, God, I'm tired. I'm tired. And for example, I have been attacked 4 times, 3 to 4 times on like public transportation. So I wasn't going to take trains or buses to work at 11 o'clock at night. I would take an Uber or a Revel or a Lyft, you know, whatever is cheaper, because I do not want to get attacked. I even fell running for a bus and I hurt this leg right here. And I even had an accident on an MTA bus with this right foot. I'll get into that another time. No, I didn't win the case. That's a whole other story. So I've been a little, you know, transportation late at night. I'm traveling alone. Do you think that the job would say, hey, you know, she's a female, it's time to give her whole office space? She has 2 degrees. She has recommendations. She's a very good worker. 2 years and change she's working here. She has experience with the tenants. Why we didn't move her up? I just think God didn't want me working there. So I got another offer. Your girl got another job. Oh, I didn't do that right. I was supposed to be like, but guess what? Fake little drum roll. I would add to Lex, I'm not going to do that. Your girl got another job. I am now a case manager. Your girl is a case manager now. I like the salary. I like the benefits that it comes with. I'm just a little nervous. I'm working a little farther from home, so I'm not in the same Bronx borough anymore working. Like, I have to travel a little farther for work now, so I'm getting a little hesitant and like I'm having anxiety towards that, you know. But I'm adjusting. But your girl got another job. God is good, and God heard my cry. So I don't know. I'm trying to take it in. It's been a long time. Like this weekend, today's Sunday, April what? Not April, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus. Y'all, I'm tired. Alexa, what's today's date?
It's Sunday, August 11th.
Uh-huh. And I knew that, but I wanted to confirm because I don't want to look crazy in front of y'all. So it's August 11th. I started Thursday. I'm getting training. I know bits and pieces of the training because another thing I want to get into, I was a shelter resident for 10 years in total, off and on. Yeah, I know the shelter system as a client, and I know the shelter system as an employee. But, you know, I'm learning it from a different aspect. So this is different, and I'm a little nervous still, you know, but because, you know, as a client, you see things differently when you're working, you know, in the homeless system, in the shelter system in general, with homelessness. But when you're a worker, you see it from a different aspect as well, you know. So I'm just taking it in day by day, like as my mother says, one at a time, one day at a time. I feel like I'm moving at 1,000,000 miles a minute. My bad. But it's been a long road. It's been a long road. Like, I even got attacked at this old job that I worked at. Like, this, there was a tenant as well. And, like, the place I used to work at was an after, like, shelter facility. So tenants would move out the shelter from there. So it's like your choice. You can pay rent there, but then you can also go and look for better. So it's like an after shelter spot. So it was, you know, there was a tenant. Me and her, we would talk, you know, from time to time. I let her know like a little thing about me. She let me know about her. But I kept it, you know, at a certain level. But I would do this, like, for example, she was a wheelchair, I'm the term I'm looking for. She's a wheelchair accessible, so she's in a chair. I stopped doing like the usual for her that wasn't included in my job description. like, for example, she takes Accessoride to work. And so what happened was, as she takes Accessoride to work, sometimes they would, kind of leave her. So I would go outside and I would convene with her and I say, hey, are you coming? Let me let Accessoride know to wait for you and wait for you at the corner so it's easier for you to get in and go to work. She was like, oh, thank you. I would help her put her coat on. I would help her, get, if she didn't have a shoe on, I would help her. But that wasn't included in my job description. But the problem is about me, I'm so sweet and kind, and I was doing above what I was supposed to be doing. But, she was alone. She's a wheelchair. She's in a wheelchair. The term is, God, she's wheelchair accessible. So she needs, I'm trying to give her the best I can give her so she can have a little bit of an easier exit going to work, I stopped doing all of that because we had a different view on, like, religion. I wasn't disrespectful. And she took it as, I was moving funny. I just like said, we have two different beliefs, but I'm gonna, cut this off here. And I stopped talking like I usually do, and I kept it short, like, hey, good night, or hey, that's it. I wouldn't be disrespectful or anything to her, but I stopped doing what I would do with the Accessoride. So it was a morning where I just stopped talking. I didn't really do anything. And the Accessoride, I think, left her. And she came down in her chair and she yelled at me and screamed at me. And she called me, oh, you fucking bitch. And I'm going to fuck you up. That's why people treat you the way they do. This girl, literally, I've been nothing but nice to her. She threatened, like, she took, like, a fake plant. And she threatened me like this to, like, put it in my face. And I just, like, God, she was like, open up the effing door, bitch. Open up the effing door. And I'm like, I had to breathe. She was like, I'm going to lose my job because of you, you fake ass bitch. And she was talking about me to other tenants like I'm a bad person. Like I'm just this horrible, coldless individual. And I'm not. I like the ones that, if y'all know me really on here, I'm really kind, empathetic, sweet, generous. I've gotten my kindness taken for weakness a lot of times. So I'm learning now to not overdo so much for people that won't do for me. So in conclusion, this girl, she threatened me, this and that. Called me a bitch every time she walked in and out of the door. How you think that make me feel? And I gotta sit there and do my composure. The directors and everybody at the building discussed that she can't get evicted for that, but they still had her live there, So I would see her every day, and and it just, so all of that, all those things. I got attacked by the tenant that had the COVID that tried to threaten me and banging on the glass. Imagine you sitting at your desk at 3:45 in the morning, and somebody's threatening to fight you, and you're trying to just tell them to calm down. Yes, I know people have mental illness issues, but when somebody can take it from one ounce to 10 ounces for no reason, and they ignore what you're trying to do for them, but they still try to make you feel unsafe, and it just hurts you at the end of the day when you go home. And at this new job, I'm not experiencing that. I'm not experiencing tenants trying to fight me or, attack me behind a desk. I would have visitors, like my mom bought me some earrings and I had them on. So how you have braids on and your ears can show? This freaking visitor one time, she was like, oh yeah, bitch, and I'm gonna punch you in your earrings. Let that sink in. Like, you really gonna touch me because of what? I wasn't even speaking to the girl. But she also just probably, like, I think she was intoxicated with either drugs or alcohol. And she was exiting out, but she doesn't live there. But then I was like, you know what? I can't. So one day I almost, like, lost it. And I'm like, it's just, people at that job, they would take my kindness to weakness, play with me, Then if I lose it, then I lose everything that I ever worked for, including both my degrees. And then I'm going to look crazy when I want to advance and serve others. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my dream to do. But I don't want to slip up. I was at my breaking point. So this job, it was a lot. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Wait a minute. And it dropped out my ear. And I'm talking to y'all when y'all saw that. And I'm really embarrassed. But it's been a hell of a road. So I just feel real drained now after I explain all of that. Like, I would cry when I would get home from these 11 and 7s. I would. And I always say a prayer: God, protect me from the right, protect me from the left, protect me from the front, protect me from the back. Because, people have a dirty mind and are very spiteful, and they don't have, positivity around them. So they want to make your life hell because you're not in misery like them. You know what I mean? This shit just made me want to grab a fucking tissue. This shit was sad. I didn't even want this to be sad. I wanted it to be like a venting session. I think it was a venting session. But this was a lot. So I'm no longer on 11 to 7. I have a Monday through Friday schedule. I believe I have to have a late day to serve clients that need to be seen at a later time if they come in from work later. But I'm being trained because I'm new to case management, so I'm still waiting on I'm doing like different filing techniques and stuff like that. So this is all new to me. It's very, very new. And now, like, for example, my leg. Excuse me, my bad. I'm catching a cramp while I'm sitting here. But now I'm going to be off on the weekends. Like yesterday and today, I was off. And it feels so weird. Like, say if I was to, God forbid, oversleep for a shift, I'm getting like 3 different calls from 3 different staff members like, hello, Melissa, where are you? Where have you been? You're supposed to be here for 11. And one time the supervisor hit me with, because I came at 11:10. 10 minutes, y'all. She's like, this is not the first time, Melissa. This is not the first time. But this same bitch that talked about it's not the first time, she took 2 weeks to freaking approve my vacation and approved it while I was off a vacation. When the days already went. I just get your water, y'all. I'm all over the. Just get your water, cause. Whew. This is where the anxiety comes in, cause there was so much I went through at this job. Too much, you know what I'm saying? But actually, I think this is God. God wants me where I've been placed. I was praying for a long time. That the people that know me on this, that knew I was working 11 to 7 on all of these issues, trials and tribulations. Y'all know how long I was fighting to get off this shift. Y'all know how long I was fighting. And God heard my cry. I used to just cry because I think nobody saw my pain. And I would put it to the side. You know what I'm saying? And the people that I helped at my old job, I would write them like, as a case manager, like what to do. Like, there was somebody at my old job. He had a passion for technology. So I was like, you should go to Best Buy, apply for, to be one of those genius workers. No, the Genius Bar is an Apple, my bad. But one of those technology workers at Best Buy, and apply. Like this person I'm telling y'all about, he took apart a whole computer and put it together, back together, working fine. I didn't think that was possible. But I know things are possible in the technology world. Don't quote me. But yeah, he has a gift. And I think that case managers or anybody as an advisor, counselor who's serving somebody, should put their person they're advising in the right direction where they need to be. You know what I mean? As in, if they need schooling, if they have a passion for like poetry, or they have a passion for writing or technology, put them in that so they can use their gift. It could help somebody else. You never know. No matter what's going on with the person, everybody should be heard. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't get the treatment that I felt at the old job. This is still new to me. I'm still signing on. I'm still trying to get used to it. First weekend I was off, and I was supposed to try to go get my nails did. I was trying to go get some new hair. I didn't even make it out the house. That sun. Hold up. Alexa, what is the degrees right now in New York City?
In the Bronx, it's 80 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, you can look for just a few clouds in the sky with a low of 65 degrees.
80 degrees. You hear that shit? 80 motherfucking degrees. That sun, I would have been like in the West Indies. I would have got a line and I would have dry clothes. It's too hot to do anything. That's why I told y'all to get y'all water when y'all was watching this video. Get something, because, Lord, it's just so hot. Hair hot. Everything's hot. Everything's expensive. It makes your anxiety go through the roof. Whew. Yeah, I feel accomplished. But I'm still taking it, and I'm still taking off. I'm still taking on that I'm going to be off on the weekend, and I can actually go out and have a life. You know how weird that is for me? Like, I got to bust my tail at my old job just to be off on a Saturday and Sunday. This is so weird. Really, really weird. But God is great. God is good. I'm thankful. I got a lot of things to do, but I'm still trying to get this schedule together. But one day at a time. Like my mom said, one day at a time. With God's guidance. But y'all, please, if y'all really took the time out to watch this video, I appreciate it. If you took the time to just even like or write me a comment, I really appreciate it. And for the videos before this, thank you for checking out my channel. For the people that actually responded to my DM, text message, and whatever with my channel link, and y'all motherfuckers fucking subscribe, I really fuck with y'all. And I really thank you for taking the time to hear me and hear what I got going on, because I got so many more things to share. But I'm trying to be consistent with this shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be consistent, at least like once a week, but it's like, life be motherfucking life, and y'all. So, I'm gonna see y'all at least in another week. Make sure you have your water and your snack for next time too. I'm gonna just keep reminding y'all, because we got to get this together. If you got to get some popcorn, some watermelon, some kiwi, I don't know what y'all like, smoothie, you know what I'm saying? You're going to need it, because this, I'm tired. This was a lot. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. But I hope y'all have a great week. Stay cool. Please drink something. Don't do too much, because I've passed out in this heat not once but twice. So just, you know, take it easy. I will see y'all later in a week. In a week or a few days. Sooner. Yeah. Bye, y'all.